Hi, my name is Kenia, and I'm going to read how the Patriot. Hello, my name is Kenia, and I'm going to read to you how the Patriot Act works. This is written in 2011 by Ed Grabiowski, and I highlighted Ed Grabiowski because this is an important fact I think we all need to know. Okay, and it says the Patriot Act is a U.S. law passed in the wake of the September 11, 2012. So I think I'm going to highlight this right here, this piece of information, because it says September 2001. Actually, you know what, let me highlight that. September 11, 2001, that's an important fact. Probably we need to know that. And is a U.S. pass. It's a U.S. law passed, so the law was passed in 2011-2001. Terrorist attacked. Its a goal are to strengthen domestic security, so strengthen security, and broaden the powers of law enforcement agencies with regards to identifying and stopping. So we need to be identifying and stopping. What do we need to be stopping? Agencies with regards. So terrorists, the passing and renewal. That's a word that I think a lot of people wouldn't know. So actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna highlight this word pink. And renewal, I don't think a lot of people might not know that word. So renewal of the patriotic attack has been extremely controversial again. I don't think a lot of people would know that word, so I'm gonna highlight that. Controversial. Supporters claim that it's been instrumental in a number of investigations and arrests of terrorists, while critics counter the act gives the government too much power. So so right here, I want to highlight that that supporters claim it's been instrumental in investigations and arrests terrorists, while critics counter the acts gives. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight gives the government too much power, because I think that's important fact. And says threaten civil liberties. I know it's a liberty, but I don't know what they mean in this article, so I'm gonna highlight that, liberties. And undermines the very democracy it seeks to protect. Let's take a look at what the Patriotic Act is, the support of criticism behind it, and the Patriotic Act is really working. So they want to know if the Patriotic Act is really working. So I think that they're questioning this. Okay. Title 2 is just one section of the bill. This section broadens. I don't think a lot of people would know broadens, so I'm going to highlight that. Let me see. Broadens. Okay. Broadens. Okay, so let's see. Broadens the ability of law enforcement agencies conduct surveillance. It allows the interception is when two things are intercepted together. Interception of communications if they're related to terrorist activities, and allow law enforcement agencies to share information related terrorist activities with federal authorities. So I just passed a lot of good information back. So it says the ability to law enforcement agencies conduct surveillance. So it allows interception and of communications they're related to terrorist activities. Allows again law enforcement allows law enforcement and law enforcement agencies share information related terrorist activities. So terrorist activities with federal authorities. So I think that's a big part in this paragraph. And also, in addition, it allows the government to order files from the providers of communication services with details about specific customers use of the service. So I'm gonna highlight that specific customers. What do they mean by specific customers? For an example, an internet service provider ISP. So I think this is important. This is an abbreviation. Internet service provider ISP can be ordered to provide information on IP address. So information. Provide information. Login times and sites visited. Title II also allows delayed notifications of search warrants. So delayed notification, that's over there. Search warrants, meaning a suspect's house could be searched while the suspect isn't present, and the suspect would not be notified of the search until after it was carried out. Well, as you can see, those are one of our amendments. Can be searched without a warrant, and the warrant was not used here. So I'm gonna highlight suspect would be not. Actually, you know what? Suspect. I don't want to highlight everything right here because I think that's very important. It's very important information. The Patriot Act has come under fire for a number of reasons. It was passed very quickly. So Patriot Act passed very quickly. Just over a month after the September 11th terrorist attack. So this was a terrorist attack. September 11th was a terrorist attack, and Congress spent very little time reading. So little time reading and debating. By some accounts, less than 48 hours passed between the presentation of the bill's final wording and the law passing in both houses of Congress, leading to some doubt whether many members of Congress actually read the lengthy and complex bill. I really don't know what this is, so I'm gonna highlight it. I'm gonna actually color that. Okay, there are fears that the Patriot Act reduces or removes it. So actually that's very important. So there's fears that Patriot Act reduces or removes many civil liberties. It's very important. Enjoyed in the United States and guaranteed by the Constitution. The right to privacy, not specifically mentioned in the Constitution, but supported by numerous of the Supreme Court. So I would underline this: supported, because that's big. Supreme Court, supported by Supreme Court's decisions, and freedom from unreasonable searches. So they'll have freedom from unreasonable searches, and seizures are the most notable. I'm stuttering on these words, so I'm going to highlight that. We don't understand that. Infringement. That's a lot of words. Due to the expansion of the government's ability to conduct wiretaps and perform searches without notification. So perform searches without notification. So I'm going to say government's ability to perform searches without notification. Oh, and that is the end of my paragraph. That's the end of this paragraph. So, I forgot to highlight this because this is our main point. Okay, and I think it's very good. Okay, and